Welcome to Launchpad. I don't think I've shot one of these in 3 weeks. I anticipated shooting them quite often. Plans, they have to change sometimes. Pretty wild day. It is February 25th, and no, it's not that date. It's February 20th, 2025. And we are now in sprint number 6. I am planning for sprint number 6. I'm a little scatterbrained. This one's going to be rough. I am officially free of my day job. It's an exciting day for this platform, for me, and I was able to finally announce what this is all about during the 9 at 9 this morning. And I've officially incorporated Operation GSD. Very excited about that. I've had that brand name for a while. We ran it as a nonprofit previously, and now it is officially a C Corp out of Nevada. So, big day. Why is today the day that I officially started the organization tied to this I Can't Hear You YouTube platform, which will probably become another YouTube channel, but I digress. Not important. Operation GSD started today because yesterday I was relinquished from my day job, and I am very excited about that. So I need to explain a little bit about that. I knew it was coming. I anticipated it. Back when I shot day 19 of the 9 at 9, I stated that I thought the day was coming. At that time, I had received some information from my corporation that led me to believe that they were setting up for life after me, which was something that I was kind of like hoping would happen. So why is that? 9 years at this company, I had built a significant sized business, and we sold it twice. So we sold it originally to one private equity firm, and then we sold it to a significantly larger private equity firm. So it was quite a success story, and I had built a team of 350 people, and we did a lot of great work. I had so many great leaders. I couldn't have been happier. And then they decided to break up my team and do things a little differently, which is totally fine. And business reasons made sense to me, actually, and I wouldn't necessarily argue with some of that, and I went with it. I received a new role. I was excited about the new role. That new role focused on data and AI, which is my area of expertise. Went through the paces, gathered some people together, some of the leaders that I knew would be helpful in building this new space, and I was willing to do it all over again. They reorged again, and I had less of a positive opinion about that one, and I voiced it and decided to let them know in so many ways that I probably don't fit into the future plan. And we got to a good deciding point. So there we are. That's what happens, and I accept it, and I'm honestly excited about it. And that was weird to people within the corporation at the leadership level, because this is a crazy move on my part. I was well positioned. I could have just continued to grow and stay at that really good position, leading some part of the future, right? But it just didn't feel right anymore, personally. I'm going to talk a lot about the importance of us as members of this thing, because that's what this is going to be about, a group, a community. I want to talk a lot about how you should take control and make decisions about when time is up, where you are, and it's healthy. Like, this is not a bad thing. A lot of people have been communicating with me today about this mixed bag. Some people congratulated me because they knew this is exactly how I wanted it to happen. They were in the loop. Others were confused and didn't know what had happened and felt bad, and that's okay too. I am not in any way regretting what happened, and I'm excited about the future. And it's important that you reflect on the seasons of your career and the seasons of your life and know when it's time, right? Like, when you can't make it better, when I felt like if I tried to build it again there, that it just couldn't possibly beat what I did before. And I also felt like the direction that they were taking it in just wasn't in line with my philosophies. It's totally okay to move on and to part ways. That's healthy. It's a risk, obviously, because now I'm not there when I've been there for 9 years and I've established myself, et cetera, and it's a large corporation, and I'm not going to say the name now. At some point it's going to be obvious. So I can finally start being free. I can finally start using my full name, which is Bob Dunmeyer. So not that that matters. I mean, this platform is still so damn small, but there'll be a day, and I'm glad I can say my name without concern. I was purposely keeping that quiet because I had started this YouTube channel before I left, and I didn't want it to become a thing. I can't imagine it would have been a thing. It's just a YouTube channel, but people are weird, and that's just the nature of large corporations, right? Like risk averse large corporations, I'd rather just steer clear of that. This channel, like I said, though, is just so new and so developing that if I said my name, it wouldn't have been a big deal. I was just being careful. So I did a lot today. I've incorporated, I've almost got everything done in that regard. There's some administrative work, and I gotta tell you that in 2025 it is remarkably easy to do a lot real fast. We are going to talk a lot about the tools I'm using. To start with, I am heavy with ChatGPT, OpenAI's platform, not the Microsoft version, which I'm not saying is bad. I just happen to be personally using the ChatGPT. I have my own private account. I pay the $20. It's nothing significant. Personal. This had nothing to do with my day job. 000. This was everything after hours, for the love of God. And I use that to plan and attack what I want to do. I use it for the ideas that I'm shooting for the videos, not for these. These launch pads are just me freewheeling and kind of telling you how to do this stuff, and just be honestly like connected in some capacity for people who want to do similar things. This is what Launchpad's all about, is me telling you the good, the bad, the ugly of trying to accomplish something significant. So I use ChatGPT heavily, and I used it to set up everything I need to do for the corporation. Meaning, like, hey, I want to do this, what do I have to do? And of course you have to check, like, don't believe everything that comes out of AI, but we're getting close to being like, it's just remarkable. Everything's lined up. I had to fill in everything appropriately and file everything appropriately. And I've done this kind of stuff before. I've started businesses before. So it wasn't completely new. But I did a lot. I got a lot done in a short time. So the sprint planning is what I wanted to talk about, because that's what I'm doing. It just so happens that the day I separated was at the end of a sprint. So my sprints are 9-day sprints. I'm clearly super interested in the number 9. I have a 99-day YouTube challenge. I do a 9 at 9 every single morning. And then I have this 9-day sprint. But the 9-day sprints are really dope because you can do 3 of them a month and then leave a day for sprint planning and honestly getting caught up. In my case, today would have been a catch-up day and a kind of a chill day, because the sprints are pretty heavy pushes. But I used it as a heavy, I just kept getting stuff done because I have no choice at this point. So 9-day sprints will run like this. I'm not recommending, you can do whatever the hell you want. It's a great idea though. 9-day sprints start on the 1st of the month, the 11th of the month, and the 21st of the month. Okay, so they end on obviously the 9th, 19th, and 29th. So you have 3 sprints a month. And then you sprint plan on the zeros. So the 10th, the 20th, and the 30th. Yeah, there you go. Now, if you have a 31-day month, you get that bonus day. So you'll sprint plan either the 30th or the 31st. And then, of course, in February, you just get one shorter one. So, of course, there's like little nuance around that. But you get 3 solid sprints a month, 9-day sprints. I like 9 days because it carries over the weekends. I don't think 2 weeks are necessary. I like really getting, and then you plan your 9 days. I don't know why I like it so much. Well, clearly I like the number 9, but you plan your 9 days on this day. So it's the 20th. I'm planning for this sprint, which is number 6 of the year. So I started counting at the first of the year. And I think I'm just going to keep counting at the end of the year. My intention to build this organization with a lot of dedication at 53 years old is to go hard for 9 years. And that sounds like a crazy amount, but honestly, in order to build something of significance that will last for my next generation and for a big group of leaders that participate in this, I think I have to go hard for 9 years and commit. And that's what I'm going to do. I want to build something of significance. I know I can build something of significance. The idea is very good. The energy that I have is quite good. I'm super healthy at the time. I have adult children that are established, and it's just a perfect time. My wife is super supportive. We were able to accumulate resources to contribute to this. I want to give back. Honestly, I'm putting everything I have into this, and that is because it's just going to provide so much for you. I want to provide, in effect, workforce development support with this organization, and then with the skills that you get through that, which is just kind of like making sure you know where to learn, then you're going to be able to participate in our world. And it may not have to be with my company. I actually prefer it not to in the beginning. I have plenty of contacts within this industry and all sorts of companies that you could, and I'll just show everyone how to apply and pursue these jobs. And then you make more money because you now have better skills. And then you prove yourself and you continue to gain credibility. You participate in our network, and we then talk about other goals that you want to accomplish. So this workforce development thing, for a lack of a better term, it's easy to understand workforce development, but the point is, like, I'm trying to build a network of people who want to execute and build their lives, right? So there's 2 aspects. This is a good one. GSD is global skills development, right? Global skills development. I love that. But the real GSD is after you gather those skills, you are getting shit done. So I've just always wanted to have a company around GSD, and I finally have it established. So it is really about getting shit done. We are accomplishment focused. We are execution focused. Hard stop, right? That's it. If we're not making stuff happen, if we're not supporting clients that are executing on a mission, we do not want to support that client. I'm going to be very blunt about that. We're going to be helping other clients as well. Like, it's a network. So there's a lot of complexity around the actual execution of the work that we'll be doing. But the workforce development stuff is quite straightforward. Like, helping you get the skills, connecting you to opportunities to use those skills. Because if you just learn the skills and you don't get the reps to use the tools, it's a worthless effort. Like, learning and not using, completely stupid. You'll forget everything, 100% certain. If you get a certification and then you don't use it, you may as well just throw it out. Like, it's worthless. So we need to get you connected to places to actually use those skills. And then lastly, it's just helping leaders that I discovered through this network accomplish great things, and that's through investment, support in every way I can. So that's the pillars, if you will. So there'll be more details to come. It is awesome. I'm kind of tired because it's been exciting 24 hours, but at the same time, it's go time hard now. The videos are going to be the same. I've been putting out appropriately interview videos and trying to get better at the editing, but it's been hard. I do the 9 at 9s every single morning because that's the meeting place of this future community. It's not been a meeting place yet. It's been a lot of people just coming in and checking it out. But my discipline is such that I'll be there every day for you, 9 a.m. This launch pad is where I can just turn on the camera, not give a shit about the script and what I'm trying to say. I'm just winging it, and I'll just go longer than 9, or I'll go shorter than 9, and I'll also take it on the road a bit. And I planned on like showing you what I was doing, but I don't really have a good setup to show you the screen, and I kind of need to figure out how to do that. Like, I'm on with AI, and it's just unbelievable what you can accomplish, and I think you would dig to see the pace that I can get things done with that. I wanted to show you the sprint planning. I guess I can talk about it briefly. Like, right now it's using a Notion, I planned on saying that, a Notion sprint tracker, so I'm really going in deep on Notion, Notion. For those that don't know that tool, it's remarkable. Project management, think Trello, Asana on steroids, and total flexibility, databases on databases. Man, it's awesome. And ChatGPT will give you clear instructions on how to populate whatever you want to do in Notion. I'm creating a landing page for the network for the people that are going to participate in this, get the skills and lean in. And it's going to require a little bit of work on your part. I talk about do kind of hard things. If you don't do a kind of hard thing to participate in this network, we don't want you in the network. So it's kind of like a form with a little bit of effort on your part. And then we're going to connect and figure out how to get you the skills you need to get the jobs. Then we're going to share the jobs. So what am I doing in the sprint? Getting that tracker totally nailed down in Notion, continuing to get the corporation stuff in place, setting up the bank account and all that good stuff, getting 3 videos out over this 9 days, maybe 4. And I'm talking about like the scripted videos, the launch pads, hopefully 1 or 2. So I guess I have to nail that down. I'm going to do 3 scripted videos in this sprint coming up, and I'm going to do 3 launch pads. So there you go, a done deal. And then I have to work with AI to line up some other tasks in the sprint. But it's mainly going to be around the job skills that are out there so that I can provide them to folks in the network. We are long, 17 minutes just of me chatting. I don't think this is going to be super popular in the beginning until you get to know me and what I'm trying to do, because just watching me talk for 17 minutes, maybe not your jam. I'll make it funnier in the future. I'm a little tired, but I really wanted to get something out, and I really want to build this authentic conversation about this stuff. It's going to be tricky, but I want to show you every step of the way. So we're at day 1 officially of the corporation. I am not going to count the days. I'm always going to act like it's day 1 anyway, that Jeff Bezos style of it's always day 1. The energy is going to go hard on this. I, at times, take a little bit of a nap right over there. Got a little bit of couch in here. This is my launch pad. So this is where I do the 9 at 9s. It's not that hard to, it's not that big. Got my bookshelf. Got my monitor. Got the, I might use that mic in the future. We're looking at some different space, which is going to give us a lot more flexibility, because I like got one angle on this, and it's not the best. And we want to have the 2-seat kind of podcast look occasionally, because I'm going to have people involved in this, and clearly I have no room. Like, if we even put a second chair in here, it's just so stupid, because it's like a rectangle. I've got like, and then I've got this door on the end, and I have a curtain over it. So it's just, it's not the most useful space, but for me to build something, it's perfect. And I've been here for 5 years. I rented the space out during COVID, and I've never left. And I've just run my life, my business life out of this. So that's why it's the launch pad. We'll talk a lot about the launch mentality. You really have to have a launch mentality. I am 100% in a launch mentality right now. All right. Yapped long enough. I hope this resonates. I hope you dig getting access to someone who's trying to accomplish something significant, and I hope it motivates you to do the same. You can do this, honestly. Like, you just have to grind. And I'm not going to grind crazy hard, but I'm going to work pretty hard. And you have to show up every day, and you got to make a little bit of effort, and we'll see what this can turn into. It's good to document it. My wife wants me to write a book. This is my book. I'm just going to talk because I don't want to sit and write. I might write one because there's one idea that really works for a book. But just sitting and writing a book, I'd much rather do this. Talk 20 minutes, turn it off, get back to work. Or I'll even have it on while I do some work. All right. So you're enjoying, I'm writing my book while talking to you. Talk soon.